Blah, 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 blah. Hey, how's your kid? Oh? She has chromesthesia.
What's chromesthesia?
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah.
Hey, what's chromesthesia?
It's synesthesia.
What's that?
It's when you see colors and you hear sounds.
This is pretty cool. I want it.
No.
I want it.
Mm-mm.
I want it!
According to Wikipedia, the amplitude of a periodic variable is a measure of its change over a single period, such as time or a spatial period. But that's not important right now. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite video games of all time, Amplitude. Amplitude is a game on the PS4, and it's a remake of Amplitude the game on PS2. A game I didn't actually know existed until I tried to show my friend Socks the Fox what this awesome game I found was all about, and he said, "Yeah, I already played that one on the PS2 like 10 years ago, dummy." I don't even really know where to start with this review, so I guess I'm just gonna jump into it. In December of 2018, my human and I moved into our new home, and as a gift to me, she got me a PS4. After this move, she didn't have a lot of money for games, so I spent a lot of time playing free-to-play games and demos until she could afford to buy me more. Our roommates also spent some time looking through free games and demos, and then eventually one of them found the demo for this game. Now, the demo is obviously free, and as a demo, it really only comes with a few things to entice you, namely 2 of the songs in the campaign that were specifically created for Amplitude. Yeah, that's right. There's an entire original album of music created for this game, created by Harmonix. Oh yeah, did I mention this game was made by Harmonix? You know, those morons who created Dance Central? You know, those numbskulls who created Guitar Hero?
Hello, sir. Let me turn. My name is Dunsdale Dimmadale. Thank you for locating my long-lost son, Dale Dimmadale.
Trust me, these guys know a thing or two about what they're doing when it comes to music video games. I'm a dog. I don't have money. However, my roommates have money. One of them also happened to have a crippling alcoholism at the time. It's okay, he's better now, but he didn't get better before he got hammered and bought the full game, and well, it's been a wild ride ever since. Now, the video game, not the alcoholism. That's done and over with. So Amplitude does have a story mode, and it's told through the vocals and the lyrics of the song, as well as a few voice lines at the beginning of each track that you only hear during campaign mode.
Chromesthesia, spatial sequence, grapheme color.
If successful, this will lead to a renaissance of human thought.
It has 3 characters in it, Mari, Sarah, and a male doctor. They're all neurosurgeons who want to unlock the brain's full potential, and they want to invoke synesthesia in a patient, specifically chromesthesia. Now, synesthesia in general is where senses overlap and override. So, for example, chromesthesia, which is the specific type of synesthesia attempting to be invoked by these doctors. Chromesthesia is when you hear sounds, but they invoke the feeling of colors in your mind. So here's a quick little chart from Wikipedia that should kind of explain it. Now, to be clear, you don't look at the keys of this piano and see each color on the key. It's that whenever you would hear, for example, a sound played by a C, you would see that color. Does that make sense? It's a little difficult, it's a little tricky, but it's real. Go look it up. The concept of trying to invoke chromesthesia in someone is honestly kind of wild, and it's interesting. It's nothing I've really heard before. It's not about saving the world or anything, it's just interesting. It's wild. This whole game is wild. Between the songs, the soundtrack, and the visuals, it makes me feel like I have chromesthesia. Hell, there's one part of the game that makes me feel like I'm tripping balls.
Street through barrier. Kinesthetic state induced.
We have the technology.
Oh, right, the story. So the doctors need to try out this experimental procedure, and Mari volunteers to undergo the treatment. You, the player, are controlling the blaster, which is the injection method, this nano machine for the procedure that starts coursing through her brain. It seems to go fine at first, but eventually Mari becomes aphasic, which, for those at home, means she loses her ability to speak and comprehend words, and eventually she slips into a coma, becomes lost in her own mind. As Mari's condition worsens, the music changes along with it to reflect that. The campaign is split into 3 different regions of the brain, with each region having its own theme as far as the style of the songs go. For example, Part 1 of this game has music that's catchy, it's simple, it's dreamlike. Everything is going perfect by this point of the procedure, and the music reflects that. Song 1, Perfect Brain, explains what the procedure is, while Song 2, Wetware, discusses how it works. Song 3, Dreamer, is an introspective song coming from Mari's heart, where she talks about how she feels about Sarah. Region 2 is where things begin to take a turn for the worse, and then Mari becomes aphasic. Her brain is failing and shutting down, and she can overhear a male doctor calling the procedure a failure. Mari calls out in her mind to Sarah for help. As she falls down the rabbit hole of her own subconscious, the music becomes different. It's experimental.
This experiment is failing.
She's not an experiment.
In the third act, Mari is trying to regain her consciousness and control of herself, and the smooth melodies and experimental tracks are now gone, replaced by hardcore drum and bass. I can't really talk anymore about the story, not just because I want you to play it for yourself, which I do, but because the story isn't really the main focus of this game, it's just a part of it. In addition to the completely original album created for this game, it has other music from other media. It has a song from Skullgirls in here, Cryptek from Necrodancer is in here, and they have a song from Transistor in here. There's even an artist who funded the Kickstarter, named Wolfgun, who I've absolutely fallen in love with because he makes me feel like I'm in a spaceship. For those of you who follow me on Twitch, you know that I use his music as my starting soon music, and without this game, I wouldn't have found one of my favorite songs of all time.
Are you okay?
It's beautiful.
What is?
The colors.
Okay, now that I'm done talking about how magical the game is, I'm going to tell you why. Or at least mechanically, what makes this game so magical. Now, remember I did say that this game was created by Harmonix, which, again, made Rock Band. Now, I already told you that the studio behind Guitar Hero made this game, so why am I now referencing Rock Band? Well, first, it's to avoid repetition, and second, because it's relevant, because unlike Guitar Hero, where you're only playing the guitar, in Amplitude, you are playing every instrument of these songs. If you count electronic instruments and vocals as instruments, but that's honestly kind of pedantic, and I'm not Anthony Fantano. Okay, so get this. In Amplitude, the music only plays whatever part of the song that you're playing right there. And by that, I mean whatever instrument you're playing. So check this out. This is the song Dreamer. This is my personal favorite song on the soundtrack.
I wish I could see the world the way you do, Sarah.
If I could tell her of my jealousy,
did you see what was happening here? Or rather, did you hear what was happening? I started off on the red track, which is always guitar. All the different instruments are color-coded. And once I was finished with guitar, I moved on to the next one. See, music doesn't play unless you actually are playing it or once you clear a bar. So once I cleared the guitar, you could still hear the guitar, but you couldn't hear anything else other than the next instrument that I moved on to, and that was playing. So as long as you keep playing correctly, you keep playing them all, you're going to hear the entire song, and every little individual piece all comes together in a beautiful symphony.
When this night is over, it won't be enough. So would you be my lover, my dreamer?
So now that you've seen what it looks like when it all comes together, when you're doing your job great, you probably should see what happens when we go down to the spooky, scary part 3 of the campaign that I was telling you about that's filled with drums and bass.
Damn!
Energy diminishing.
Damn!
Yeah, that song sounds like garbage because I'm doing a really bad job. I can't clear any of these tracks on Expert except for the really simple parts, so the song is broken, it sounds bad, and it's punishing me for sucking by giving me this messy, broken, incomplete fart noise of a song. This is my punishment. I'm bad, and I should feel bad. Okay, look, this is one of my favorite games, and I can't stress this enough. It is criminally underrated, and I feel like nobody knows about it except for me, but everybody should know about this game. I've been wanting to do video game content for a while now, and I think doing reviews is the best way to do it, and I don't think there's any better video to make to kick off this series of reviews other than one of my favorite games of all time, Amplitude. It's on PSN for 20 bucks, but like I said, it has a demo. You can play the demo for free. It has 2 songs from the campaign and Phantoms by Freeze Pop on there, and you can play it on any difficulty. Look, if you love Guitar Hero, you're gonna love this. Also, if you like Acid, dude, nice, me too. And you are gonna absolutely lose your mind on this. Check out the demo, crank up the volume as loud as you can, get on it.
Hey, you okay? You've been staring at it for like an hour.
I want to go back. Can we undo the procedure?
It wasn't a real procedure.
What?
You're on acid.
Oh.
It's only gonna last for 12 hours.
12 hours? How long do I have left?
11.
Dear God.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, and I figure that this sort of format is the best of both worlds, so that the people who wanted to see my short videos in the dog suit can have that, and anybody who's interested in my longer form videos can watch these. This is the longest video I've ever made. I had a lot of fun working on it, and I really want to stick with this format. This is a lot of fun for me. Go ahead, check out my Twitch. You can watch me play video games live. Go check out my Twitter. I post funny memes sometimes, and then if you want, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what kind of game you'd like me to review next. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm looking forward to doing more. Thanks, guys.